Scorpio, how you doing? So we're here to do your tarot card reading for March, but we're going to look into the moment before and then the moment after to see future predictions for what could be coming up for you within the month of March. Okay, so we'll do that one. So also for Patreon members, if you are interested or you are a Patreon member or want to become one, the link is below, and it's gone down now from $16 down to $5. It gives everybody a chance to watch their extended readings. Everything here just goes straight to Patreon, and it also really supports me as a reader, so I can continue on. Obviously, I have to pay bills and stuff, so I have gone right down in price, hoping that that people will want to watch their extended readings. So you also get meditation music, anything else. It all goes to one tier, pretty much, Scorpio. Okay, but you can find that in the show more section along with an email if you want to reach out for a personal reading. So let's see what happened before, Scorpio. Show me the moment before. Okay, so there was love, there's family, but there's a lot of wow. Okay, so there's like someone that definitely wanted their attention from Pisces, Virgo. Okay, that I am gone back to my family. I went back to my family because I wasn't quite getting enough as what I needed from you. That's what it feels like. That I wasn't quite getting what I needed, so I went back to my family. But then I also came back to you at the same time. It feels like that there was probably a break. Okay, it feels like rainy days and Mondays. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Okay, so someone felt like put out or put down. But I think that that is also that some people, please keep an open mind, Scorpio. I have to keep saying that one because these can get very personal. Okay, but people in your family life that could have been where you're not really getting on with a family member, and it felt like that they were putting you down a lot, and I put you down, I put you down. It's like I don't want to feel down, I want to feel up. It's kind of like I feel happy. It's like, well, I feel down. It's like happy, sad, happy, down, happy, down. It's like a little bit of very unsure energy. Okay, now when we look at your partnership, if you're with someone, it feels like that they could have gone back to their family, or they just come back to you, but you probably had a small break and they went back to you. This feels like school holiday or a break. It feels like, well, we just had a break and then all of a sudden we're back. It feels like feels like a Virgo definitely went back to a Pisces. Virgo Pisces went back to a Pisces. To ask for some like aid or something, or like, can you aid me? Because I feel like AD, the name AD or Adrian or AD, but I need to go back in order to get some kind of like support from my family as well. But it feels like that there is a person that you are not more than likely getting on within the family if you're not. Okay, and it is a lot to do with like someone puts you down or makes you feel down. It's like, I don't want to feel down, you know, don't put me down. Because I feel, because it's very confusing. It feels like someone feels pushed out, but they always try to come back to make you feel down. Okay, so when you're pushing them out, they come back relentlessly to like make you feel happy. But there's like a happy, sad type medium kind of like feeling like, well, I'm open to discussion, but I don't want to feel down. I don't want to talk negatively about a person. I don't want to talk negatively about my love life. For some of you, you've got a love life, and this was a person of a parent that was asking about someone's love life, and they're saying, I don't want to tell you about my love life. It's actually going quite well if you're in one. Okay, so I don't want you to put my partner down, and I don't want you to put me down either. You don't need to put us down. Sometimes also, sorry, but also to do with some kind of animal maybe being put down or something. Okay, saying animal being put down. Like, don't put me down. You don't need to know about my relationship. My relationship actually is going swimmingly, right? But I don't. Someone to do with swimming as well. Someone goes swimming quite a lot. But don't put me down. I don't need to tell you about my relationship. It's going well. Please don't ask. You know, because it feels like I just need to know about your relationship. I need to know because I'm worried. I'm worried and I'm worried and I'm worried about, are you okay? And I'm worried and I'm worried. And it's like, what are you being worried for? This is my relationship. I don't need you to worry. There seems to be a lot of that energy that seems to be channeled through the feeling of these cards, Scorpio. I don't need you to worry. I don't need you to worry. It's like, because it keeps saying like worry, worry. Like, what are you worried for? Because it feels like a panic. If you look at these cards in the Ten of Cups through these ones, it feels like panic, quick, let's get out the rain. Lorraine, I'm also hearing Lorraine or something, Lorraine or Rani, Rani or Lorraine, but let's get out of the rain quick. Let's get out. It feels like when you get out, sorry, someone could have like made you feel put out in a. I'm feeling this is to do with a family relationship, and someone feels pushed out, and it's like, listen, we need to panic about your love life, and it's like, what do you mean? You don't need to panic about my love life. My love life's my love life. Don't confuse me, right? But like I said, Scorpio, please keep an open mind with these readings, because when I start to sometimes channel, they can get personal. Okay, I don't take sides in tarot card reading. I just read them. Okay, so it feels like someone gets read the wrong way. It feels like, well, the message is like, I don't want to talk. The page doesn't talk, it thinks. So there's a lot of someone that thinks very negatively, that thinks down. It's like, well, I just think down, I just think down. It's like, I look down. Because I keep picking up, like, well, I look down and I look up. It's like, well, what are you looking up for? Well, I'm looking up and looking forward to my future, and I'm looking up. It's like, yeah, well, I'm looking down. He said, don't look, that's what I'm saying, don't look down on me. You don't need to look down on me. You could have had conversations with this person, but I think generally a lot is what goes on in your mind, that you kind of like think, oh, I don't need to be looked down on, I don't need to be frowned upon. Okay, so don't look down on me, because I'm trying to look up and I'm trying to look forward to my future. So, because there's kind of like two energies of like, well, I'm looking forward to my future with you, Pisces, right? Or Virgo, I'm looking forward to my future with you. So we're trying to look up, not down. So it's like, don't look up, don't turn your frown upside down, right? Turn your frown upside down. So feeling upside down, it's like upside down. Yeah, something like that. Feeling upside down. Inside out, upside down, inside out. Okay, so it's a lot to do with kids. It is a lot to do with like messages that are just, that wasn't spoken, that someone felt pushed out or left out from a family, definite family situation. For a lot of you, if this was love life, that you could have two different people that you're kind of like interested in. One that you think about, and the other one you think about too. There's like there's two people that think about you, Scorpio. Two people that think about you, but there's definitely, like I said, with family dynamic that goes on, because these two people are like, one is like looking at the other one as if say, well, I'm just looking at you across the way, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm just dreaming. So it feels like dreaming and scheming. It's like, well, I've got two options that I'm thinking about, but which one do I pick? Okay, so there's a lot of like keeping an eye on. I think that someone in the family as well keeps an eye. It's like, will you just look after my kids? It's like, well, what do you mean, will you look after my kids? Will you look after my children? It's like, oh, no, it's okay. I just need to know about their love life, and I need to know about these two here. So there is someone in the family that is, you know, this is a psychic reading, but a lot of saying, no, it's okay, I've got these two to look after. And it's like, we don't need to look after us. We're like old enough to look after ourselves. That's that kind of thing. It's like, you know, we're in a relationship together. Now, normally when these come through, Scorpio, okay, I pick these up as sometimes children. Okay, so a lot of times this is what the children could be saying and going through, because obviously it would relate to someone's children. Okay, so it's a lot to do with where it's like, will you just look after my kids? It's just that I've got to go out, and it's like, what? Where have you gone? But for some of it, it's to do with like that there is someone there that's saying, no, I need to know about your relationship. And you're like, don't have to. We look after one another. We're very loyal to one another, and we talk to one another. But what we don't talk to is this energy here, right? Sorry, but we don't talk. These don't talk. They think. They probably talk amongst themselves, but there's a lot of, well, we don't speak. You know, we don't speak. We're not on speaking terms at the moment, or you wasn't. Okay, so whether that's your well, these are the moment before, but whether that is your love life or a family dynamic, only you would really know. Okay. Show me Scorpio. Show me Scorpio. Okay. So the person that you may or may not have been talking to is a parent, which is Gemini, or a grandparent. Okay, but it's like someone trying to give someone a hand. Don't really want to show that one off. It's naked. But it feels like, well, this is the naked truth. This is like Naked Gun 2.5. It's like Naked Gun 2.5. It's like the Naked Gun. I don't know why I'm hearing that one, the Naked Gun. But yeah, it's something to do with like, well, I'm gunning for you. It's like, well, I'm gunning for you, and I'm running for you, and I'm running for you, and I'm prepared to do all these errands, and I will do it for you, and I look after these two here. So, you know, is what I'm feeling. Naked Gun 2.5. I'll do everything for you. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. I was like, listen, we don't need looking after. Because I don't know why I keep picking up on this looking down and looking up. These two people are looking up. It's kind of like, well, we're looking up to one another. These two people, okay, are looking up to one another, as if to say, well, how are we going to confront this final frontier, and how are we going to confront a parent about this situation? For some of you, this is going on like with your parents, or like you're the children of parents, right? Or you've got kids yourself, and this is what they're got going on. And they're in a love life situation where they're trying to. It's kind of like, well, nothing compares to you, and it's like, oh, we'll do it all for you, and it's like, well, you don't need to do it all for me. I can do it for myself, and I do it for my love life. So what do you want to know? It's like, well, I love you, and I'm here, and I'm a parent. So, right. But if this is your love life with your partner, it feels like someone probably went back to their family for a while as some kind of like, not separation, but just like, well, let's just have a break then, because we're probably breathing down one another's neck, and the energy is quite thick and dense at the moment, so we probably need some kind of like breathing space, okay, because it felt like, oh, I can't breathe at the moment. So what I did is I went back to my family and had a word with my brothers and sisters and asked them and said, well, actually, I really love this person, so I need to go back and ask for some advice, and then I come back to you, okay. It's a bit like back to their parents to ask some advice about these two or about you two, and went back. Yeah, it's coming through as a mirrored reflection in my vision that someone went back to friends, or started talking to friends, or thinking about friends. Someone is like thinking about their friends quite a lot. This could be you or them, but you're thinking about your old time friends that you're noticing probably through retrograde, that two people see each other again for the first time in a long time, but they never actually spoke. It feels like, well, I see you and you see me, but we didn't actually speak because last time you put me down. It feels like that, you know, that we just bumped into one another in the street, and all of a sudden we actually collided, but we didn't say anything. So for some of you, if that was your love life, you probably bumped in. See, these two here, I'm not sure who these two are, but they bumped into one another, but they didn't speak. One thought about speaking, and the other one did as well. Oh dear, it feels like, and one flew over, and the one fell out. Roll over, roll over, a rollover, rolly? Over. It's like turnover. It's like, well, I don't want to be turned over. I don't want to be turned over by the law. I don't want to be turned over by Libra. I don't want to be turned over by the government. So we've got to make sure that everything is correct. It feels like that there's some kind of like correctional officer types feeling in your energy. Okay, but you could even just be watching this as a cross watcher, as a Libra, and you've got kids, and this are your kids that are going through it with a love life. See what I'm saying? So it could be anybody. But there's a lot of like, I don't want to be turned over by the government, and I don't want to be worried about our relationship. So what you're asking, there's some kind of like, well, what are you asking then? What were you asking? What's your asking price? It feels like, well, what's your asking price? Price, or the name Price. Price, or Rice? Annika Rice. Can anybody remember Annika Rice? Rice. Reese. I'm also picking up the name Reese. Let's see, one more card please. And then when we go into your March, we start to compare both of these cups, both of these compared to your March. It really does start to show me past cycles that you're going through with family or love, and then we start to see how that reflects on the next lot of month. Okay, but you've got a lot of children. You might even work for children for a lot of you, like you work for kids. Okay, you work for a Libra, right? This would be the boss, and you work for the Libra. But this is like family courts, or something that you do as a traveling company that's like quite fast and furious. But there is an energy around you as well that is fast and furious, meaning like, well, I'm fast and furious in also knowing your business. There's a lot of someone that wants to know about. This isn't coming across as your business, okay? It's coming across as someone of the energy where I said, don't put me down and don't make me feel down. There's an energy that is fast and then furious, and does relate a lot to control and narcissism as well if you're going through it. Trust me, because it can be so confusing by the time someone wants to know a lot about your life, and they kind of like want to know, and they want to know, and they want to know. It's like, I want to know. Okay, someone definitely wants to know. I want to know. I want to know. So, well, what do you want to know about my love life? Don't talk to me about my love life. I don't need you don't need to know. I don't need to tell you. Okay, but there's like 3 kids here, 3 children, air sign, water sign, fire sign. Okay, now if they're not kids, they are. Okay, your person love life. Okay. More than likely went back to speak to their brother and sister, okay, or their sisters or their brothers, but they went back to talk to them, okay, and that is what they did. They went back to talk to their brothers and sisters, okay, that could be, the matriarch could be like a Libra or Gemini, and there was 2 compares. Let's compare, like a compare, like a joke. What do they call that when someone stands up? They're also saying stand up in court, but like when they stand up and we need to compare to go on first in order to get everybody warmed up to the situation first, and then we need to compare to do that to introduce us to. Okay, so there's a lot. Well, I was introduced to you by this person that introduced me to. What on earth am I going through now? Because they said compare. It's like, well, nothing compares to you. But also like a compare, as if, well, we need to warm you up first. So, and this is like, well, I need to warm you up. I need to butt you up. And I need to warm you up first. So I need to give you some kind of like satisfactory offer that's going to be really quick, so you take it. Okay. And it feels also that could be to do with business. Well, just to keep you going, we're just going to give you like a small wage maybe, or we're just going to start you off like with this amount of money, or we're going to start you back at work, and we're just going to give you like a small contract, and then we can hopefully build that up as a bigger contract later on in life. Like, no, I just heard later on in life, but later on, in life, obviously. But we'll give you a bigger contract later, but at the moment, can you just take this offer because it's satisfactory? A lot of that is to do with a physical factory worker, okay? Or it is to do with a travel company or something. But I think your boss may have said to you, look, we'll give you this, sure, and you can start work right now, right? Right now. I need you to start work. A lot of you probably own your own company, and this could be you saying it, that we'll put you to work right now, but we need quite a few. So what you need is 2 other people, and someone delegates, someone gets to delegate, okay, can you do this and can you do that? And, we'll give you a job, but we need you to delegate, and we need you to find 2 people, blah, blah, blah. That seems to be coming through as well. So you pretty much sign a contract maybe to do with work and start to get more clients for some, like new clients, new or old, but a lot of clients. Also, this is maybe a Libra that has a lot of children, or they are the boss and they seem to have given you a contract to do with that. I don't know the message I was picking up. Okay, so if this relates to your love life, what happened is that they probably went back to get advice off this Libra, a Gemini. I need to go back and get some advice off them first before I know what to do. But there is an energy that is putting you down. It feels like, don't put me down. Don't keep putting me down. That's why I shun you out, is because you make me feel put out. It's like, well, I'm not being put out. It's like you put yourself out for someone quite a lot. It's like, well, I just put myself out for them, and I do this and I do that, and I run around and do so much stuff for this person, but they still make me feel put out. It's like, well, I'm putting you out for a reason. It means I'll do it for a reason, but I don't need you to know about my love life. You don't need to know that. So don't make me feel like I'm to blame for any kind of situation, which can happen through a lot of like fast energy. is that someone can push that amount of blame on you because that can confuse your energy. It's like 1 minute they're up, the next minute they're down. It's 1 minute they're up, the next minute they're down. It's like, well, are you up or down, and what is your energy? What are you trying to engage in some kind of conversation? Because I'm not talking to this person. If it's relating to someone that you're going through a dynamic with, I'm not talking. Like, I'll just talk to my partner, but I'm not talking to you. I don't know who that's coming through for. Okay, so that was the moment before. So we'll see how that compares compares to you, Scorpio, through March. But we only do a few cards for a start. So show me Scorpio, Sun, rising in Venus for March. Would you believe this, Scorpio? I'm sorry, I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning. But the reason why I was so bitty is that someone just sent me an email, okay? And they came on the bit where you can talk in the Prime videos, okay? Or the whatever, I don't know. And I was talking to them and they wanted a personal reading, but they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. They want future predictions about work life, love life, their whole life, and a complete and utter spread reading, but don't want to pay, want me to send that to them to prove my ability before they pay any money. And then they will decide whether they're going to pay me or not after I've done like an hour's worth of video as a private reading to send it to someone that doesn't want to pay any money. And I actually think that that's fair and right. How on earth is that? It's kind of, I got an email before. I've been spending all morning talking to someone saying, you know, I want a reading, sure, but I don't want to pay for it. I just want you to do me a full prediction without paying any money, and then I'll see whether I engage in that energy or not, and how good you are as a reader before I actually pay you any money. Really? Really? What on earth? Where do people live in their head? Or where? I've got no idea, Scorpio. Makes me laugh. Dear. I have to live. I'm also hearing like Livy, the name Livy or Liv. But let's see. Where am I going to live? So where am I going to live? Where am I going to live? Is that you live here? So I need you to do this for me. It's like someone is saying that. You know, I live here, so I need you to do this. I need you to pull your weight. You live here. I pay the bills, I pay the rent, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, but I also need to know about your love life and what's going on. This is a parent, right, that looks after kids or looks after people, and they're like, well, okay, you know, I pay the bills and I'm the one that does all of the work for you, even though you might or might not want it, but either way, I need you to also tell me about your love life. And it's like, no. I'm not telling you about my love life. You can pay all the bills or you can do whatever you want, and I appreciate that, but I'm not telling you about my love life. There's a lot of that too. Definitely seems to be happening. So, show me Scorpio for March. So again, Libra now. Libra. So someone is really confusing you by the amount of stuff that you have to do at home, pretty much. It feels like you're always at possible conflict with someone. Now, Libra don't have to be a sun sign. It can be in their moon or their rising or their Venus or even Jupiter, which would be their masculine side, okay? It feels like someone has a very big masculine, I was going to say ego, but a masculine side to them that you don't get on with. It means that every time we talk, we butt heads, that we just cannot ever decide on talking. It's like, well, I just don't want to talk. It's like, yeah, well, come on then. It feels like someone tries to always engage in an argument, is what they heard, or I heard, but they always try to engage in talking to you, but they confuse you. So you don't really get on maybe with somebody, okay? At home, 10. Some of you, that is a Pisces Libra, okay? Depending where it is in your chart. But there's a lot of, again, so the work contract of what we went through now is now under advisement by this also boss Libra that is now saying, well, you know, we're coming up against it, and this is what the Libra is saying. Okay, we're now coming up against it, so we are going to have to make a decision of what we're going to do with you, of whether we're going to offer you more money or... But we are thinking. So there is this Libra energy that's definitely thinking, okay, and they're deciding what it is that they are going to do, okay? So if you know a Libra, or you work for a Libra, or you work for the government, or it's a situation that involves court or children court, okay, because this would be child courts, they're making a decision of what they're going to say, okay? Let's see, but that would definitely be a Libra that's making up their mind. It's like, well, I need to make up my mind first of what I'm going to do. So that could be your boss, and you could be in discussions about, well, what do you want to do then? Let's see, Scorpio. Sun rising in Venus for March. Scorpio. Sun rising in Venus for March. Scorpio. Sun rising in Venus. Wow, my ears just popped. I'm going to tell. I'll continue on your reading, but I was going to show you something. Okay, so I was going to show you something. What I show you is the fact that I want to be with you and that I love you. Okay, still there is this energy around you that confuses you very much. If you get very confused by someone, it's because they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out, they're backwards, they're forwards, they're left, they're right, and you're like, I can't engage in that energy. It's confusing me to death, right? I'm sorry, but there is that energy there. But this is a grandparent or mother situation that keeps you confused. It's like, well, I'm just constantly in conflict. It's like I'm conflict of design and conflict of desire. So there's a lot of like desirable to be in your life, but there's a lot of like conflict that is the difference of opinion of like, well, when we talk, we more than likely butt heads and we've got no idea whether we're fighting or whether we're getting on. So there's a lot to do with family that you are possibly in that 2 and 8 with, okay? So, but your love life, you start to move forward with them. But there is definitely energies around you, Scorpio, that want your attention, okay, that need your attention. There are certain things in this reading that is crying out to me to say that I'm crying. I heard like I'm crying for your attention. Like, because you've got 2 6s. It's still relating to a lot of Capricorn energy as well. Okay, so they could have that in their, what do we call it, Salacia or something to do with Vedic as well, maybe, or in their natural chart. But a lot to do with Capricornian energy of being confined into a situation that you possibly feel at times that you can't breathe, okay, that you can't breathe. Because it is coming still, like, from this Virgo energy of... It could be a Gemini, okay, that has Virgo rising or a Virgo moon. Now, cross watchers, please keep an open mind, okay? But because I don't want blaming for certain circumstances as a reading the way star signs are coming through that people watch, right? But that's definitely a Gemini that has a Virgo moon sign or a Virgo rising or something like that. But either way, but there seems to be a lot of like mixed design of like, well, it's either way. It's either this way or that way. It's either up or down or up or down. So am I going forward or am I going backwards? What am I doing? Because you're pulling me back into for a discussion, but then every time I seem to be moving forward, I seem to be pulled back. You know, it's like being pulled forward. You seem to be elevated forward spiritually and elevated forward but I definitely can't get away from this, that someone like needs your attention quite a lot. It's like, well, I need you to do this, and I need you to run errands for me, and I need you to go and pick me up and come and pick me up and take me to the shops, and I need you to come and pick me. Can you say pick me up? Give me a pick me up. It's a bit like an energy boost. You know, some of you are looking into energy drinks and stuff like that, but like an energy boost, I just need to give you an energy boost. One more card, please, for Scorpio for March. One more card for Scorpio. You see, there you go. So there you are, Scorpio. This is Taurus descending, a Scorpio rising, Taurus descending, or Taurus rising and a Scorpio descending. Okay, but there's a lot of protection, child protection services, okay, or protecting children or protecting your person. Okay, so exactly like I was saying, if this circumstance that was playing out with, like, we don't want to tell you about our love life. We do not want to explain all of this stuff that's happening with that first set of readings. This is you shutting down emotionally and trying to block someone out as if to say, I'm not telling you that. You don't need to know that. You don't need to know about my bank account, or you don't need to know about my love life. Okay, and I'm also protecting myself from you. But I seem to be moving forward because this is definitely coming from a family member. Okay, I can't. That it wouldn't always be to do with your love life. It's a lot to do with because the 4 is like, well, I'm so concerned about these 3. Okay, because this 3 here, they're so concerned about that they're holding on to these 3 like with dear life. Okay, and there's this energy here. I'm holding on to these 3 with dear life. It's like they are my focus and my attention, and my focus is on these 3, which is these 3 that I'm holding here. Okay, so someone holds you dear to their heart, but they're also blamed. There's a lot of blaming one another, but whoever that is, I don't know. I think that could be a lot to do with if you're Scorpio rising, okay, and you're watching and you have a Taurus descendant. This could be someone that has a Taurus rising and you have a Scorpio descendant, and that would not match. Those 2 energies do not match whatsoever. Okay, and that could be. If you're not matching with an energy, that's definitely there, because they will butt heads. Trust me, they will. Okay, but there is that there. You see, I want your attention, I need your attention, but this person, when they don't get it, they blame other people for it. I really don't know whether that's you, Scorpio, or not, and I don't take sides. Just trust me, I'm going through this myself. In certain aspects of my life, okay, but there's a lot of, well, if you don't talk to me and you're just going to want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to you, it's going, well, I'm just going to blame you then. I'm going to blame you for not wanting to talk, because these 2 energies here, don't forget, they've not been talking, okay, they've been thinking. One thinks a lot and one is just carefree. Okay, it's like, well, I'm carefree, but I think a lot. And it's like, well, I think and I think and I think and I think and I think, and then I'm thinking that I'm going to put you back in this too again. Meaning, like, well, what do we do? What do we do? Every time we talk, we butt heads, and then I blame you for not talking to me. So there's a lot of energy of people being blamed for not talking to one another. Okay, but if you know a lot about narcissism control, the thing that they control is a secondary emotion. So if they don't get it from you, they go to one of these people here that could be your partner or somebody, same feeling. I go ask them about you. Okay, so I ask them about you. So then they start to probably ask you about, you find out. This is the reaction, you see. Counter reaction always happens is that when you find something out, if you confront someone that tries to control their emotions, I can assure you that they'll try to use the emotions against you, right? So then what you do is you say, oh, listen, I just found out that you've asked me about blah, blah, blah. And they go, oh, and you start an argument in response, you see. So the secondary emotion is always come from, if you don't talk to this person, they can be relentless in asking someone else about you. Okay, and that's narcissism control. They ask someone else, they ask someone else, they ask someone else. It starts causing hysteria, okay, and then you feel very hysterical. A lot of times someone makes you feel hysterical and then they blame you, you blame them, you probably have an argument, you shut down emotionally, someone tries to get back in, they won't open up, you won't open up, you butt heads, blah, 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 blah. Same scenario happens, you're definitely butting heads with somebody, because they more than likely blame you that you're not good enough or that you don't do certain things that they want you to do, which is talk. But obviously if you're not talking to someone, that is, you 100% know why you're not. Okay, so there's no wrongdoing, Scorpio, is what I'm saying. There's no wrongdoing. There's just someone that tries to blame you for certain things. Okay, so there's a lot of energy of that they need your attention. I need your attention. Until I get it, I will remain relentless in putting you in left-right situations. Do am I going forwards? Am I going backwards? What am I doing? Are we talking? Are we not talking? Well, we're not talking. Okay, well, we're not talking. Okay, well, then I'm going to blame you for not talking to me. Okay, because someone tries to get into your emotions. They try to attach onto your feelings and emotions. That's why you shut down, because you're more than likely wise to it. Okay, so that when you're wise to it, you actually understand that, there you go, that's the reason why you shut down. Okay. Oh, sorry, but, okay, me, Scorpio rising, I go through the same thing with a parent. Extremely gaslighting, narcissism to its highest degree. Okay, so trust me, I've been through this for years. When it happens within parents, it can be extremely difficult because you have to make a decision. Are they going to be in your life or out of your life? Do you live with them or do you live without them? What can you do? You can get very confused by narcissistic and controlling behavior. And trust me, a lot of the times you can start to even think that you're very controlling yourself. That's a lot of times where you do work through control issues, sure. Okay, but you can have someone that can throw tantrums in your energy. Trust me, the person I deal with is a 73-year-old woman, and she's absolutely hysterical at times, you know, and can act very, very childish and wants to know and worries and worries and worries and worries about everything. And if she doesn't get the information from me, she goes to someone else to ask them about me. Okay, and then uses that information, takes that information, another lot of information comes back to me with a load of information. And trust me, when you go through that, you can never say anything. It's very important for controlling behavior. You'll notice that you can't say anything that's right or wrong. Okay? Because there's a lot of like injustice feeling through this. It doesn't have to be a Libra, but you can't never say anything right and you can never say anything wrong. If you give a calm response that's right to you, but you say it, they don't take that under advisement. If it's control, they just blame you for it. So you know that, well, I can't even give a good answer. So you give them a bad answer. Then you start arguing. That's not good enough either. Okay, and when neither of those are good enough, you'll find that when you talk to someone, you argue very quickly. Okay, and you know I can't say anything right and I can say nothing wrong because you don't take my personal feelings into consideration for what it is that I am myself. Okay, so a lot of that kind of thing can happen within control if there is. Okay, I'm not saying there is, but if there is, that's the reason why people have been shutting down. Okay, so we go on the rest of your March, okay, all through here, and then start to clarify the cards to see what's really going to happen. But we come out of all of the, you know, empathy or whatever, and then we start going into a proper reading, and then we clarify the cards to have a deeper look, and then go right up to your March, just at the end of March, to see what's going to happen. Okay, then we sometimes look into each individual card deeper to see what's happening with that specific star sign, if it is, because these are general readings, so there can be loads of different people in your life. Okay, and then we clarify them. Okay, so if you do want to do that, Patron now, like I said, it's gone from $16 down to $5. Literally, you get all of your extended readings. They just go to one tier, and you can hopefully join for $5, and it really does support me. Okay, it really does. If you want a personal reading, you can also reach out from an email below. It's in the Show More section. Things will start to change over Patreon. People will get a lot more different kind of things as the year goes ahead, but I really would appreciate your patronage. Okay, all right, guys, thanks very much. You can follow every other piece of multimedia that I have. Becoming the Change, all that kind of stuff is there. Keeps me up to date with everybody else and things that I want to post. Okay, all right, guys, thanks very much, and I'll hopefully see you on the other side.